the mind naturally wants to draw conclusions, come to a conclusion about how things are. And it does this seemingly all the time. It could be in regards to a relationship or maybe a documentary we've seen on TV. Whatever it is, the mind habitually tries to contextualize what it's just seen, the moment, however it's been revealed, and then say, and therefore it's like this. Draw a line under it. There we are. It's concluded. I know how it is. Now, when it comes to awakening or spiritual awakening, this isn't really that helpful, to be fair. I would say it always holds us back. And what it holds us back from is truly experiencing the truth of this moment without drawing conclusions, without assumptions, without trying to know how it is and just being shown that it's like this. And I see it so often in conversations that I have with others, maybe online or in person, when I'm talking about awakening. People, they kind of get a glimpse, we get a glimpse together of what this path is, what awakening is, how to open to experience, but so quickly the mind just kind of co-opts the situation and says, and therefore it's like this. So it could be after having an experience of non-dual presence, whatever that is, but there's an experience of it and say, and therefore there's no such thing as form, and we're not bound by our usual concepts and ideas, which means that we're all interrelated and we've never been separate, so on and so forth. Now, I'm not saying that that's not a natural conclusion to try and draw, but ultimately it's never grounded in truth. Anything that arises passes away, including our conclusions. So conclusions really, like the desire to say, it's like this and I know how it is, it's really the part of us that's looking for safety. And it's looking for safety by imposing false permanence onto that which is not permanent. So really a conclusion is basically saying, it's like this, the end. It's permanently this way. And yet, when we look around in our experience, we taste, we hear the moment, we notice that nothing sticks. It isn't sticky, or rather, the moment will not be held permanently to a certain way of being or a conclusion. It won't fall into an easy conclusion. The moment just unfolds, 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 unfolds like this, like this, like this. And it's so beautiful. But when we find ourselves trying to draw conclusions in the mind, we're always really putting separation or trying to put separation between us and the moment. So if you find yourself engaged in conversations or discussions about awakening and non-duality, Dharma, Buddhism, all of these things, enlightenment, notice that how beautiful it is for these conversations to arise. They help us to explore the truth, and yet also notice that whatever arises passes away, and these conclusions are never true in themselves. They only help us in as much as they can point us back to this moment, this unfolding moment, which will not be concluded. It won't be held by any conclusion that we draw.